Welcome everybody to Save Time with Sullivan on Comp. Today we're going to talk to you about the most powerful features of Sullivan on Comp. And joining us today, Bethany Butters. Hello, Bethany.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us today.
And I'm Michael Bell, and here's what we have planned. First thing, we just want everyone to know that there's no continuing education credit today. We're going to give you a lot of really good, useful information, but it's not going to result in your getting a continuing education certificate. So we just want to be really clear. If that's why you're here, maybe this isn't the best webinar for you today. And we're gonna share the screen, and Bethany will. I'll kick it right over to you, Bethany, in just a second.
Okay. All right, I'm going to show my screen, and I will go ahead and show you all how to log into Sullivan on Comp. So if you're a corporate user, you know, most people have the desktop icon, which is this yellow rhino right here. Other companies, you might have an internal link through your company through a single sign-on system like that. But for most people, you'll have this little yellow rhino right here. So what you'll do is you'll go ahead and click into there. And if you're a new user with us, you'll go ahead and try putting in your email address. You should not need a password to log in. So go ahead and put in new user at yourcompanyname.com. And if you've never logged in before, then you'll go ahead and have to fill out this, just this one page really quick. It's totally normal. This is not a mistake. We just need to register you in our system to let you in for the first time. After that, you will just log in with your email address. So I'm already a user, so I'm going to go back and put in my normal email address that I use to log in. Oops. All right, and then click Get Started. And that will bring you to our main page, our table of contents. So here's all 16 chapters right here. And if you know where what you're looking for is, then you can go ahead and click into any of these chapters, like Chapter 5, Injury, click into a subchapter. In case you didn't know, all of this content can be copied and pasted. Say you're writing a trial brief, or you're trying to email out information to anyone, you can go ahead and copy and paste it into whatever document you're trying to send out. If you want to cite Sullivan on Comp, then you can go ahead and use these citations right here at the top of each section. And every single case law, panel decision, and labor code is in Sullivan on Comp. So no matter what you're looking for, it will be in here. And all of those are cited in the footnotes. And to get to the footnotes, you can go ahead and click on any of these highlighted numbers found throughout the content. So you can see that if I click on this one right here, it is citing labor code 3553. And if you want to go back up to that section, then you can go ahead and hit this arrow right here. So that's how you kind of navigate the main content right there. But usually when you're trying to use Sullivan on Comp, you're looking for information right then and there. And so we have a couple of options for searching. We have our index up here, and we also have our search function. Our search function is great. You can type in any topic into here. So let's see, we'll type in liens. And I mean, liens is a very broad topic. So you're going to have so many results right here. You can see that it's cited in Chapter 7, Chapter 6, 16. So if you want to narrow your search a little bit more and you're not quite sure, you know, what terms to use to search with, that's when the index comes in handy. You can go ahead and click on the index. And it's all alphabetical by topic. So then you can go to the L and scroll down to liens. And this kind of narrows your search for you. It gives you those search terms that you might not have been able to think of off the top of your head. So, you know, say you were looking for award of payment on lien. You can go ahead and click into that chapter, subchapter, and it will take you directly to the section of Sullivan on Comp. You can also search on a page for terms, and this is a good tip right here. So you can always just hit Control F, and so this little search field down here, you can type in whatever term you were looking for to search this page in particular. So we were looking for award of payment. So I can go ahead and type in award, and you can see that it's award is talked about right here. If you want to go to the next section, you can hit this arrow right here, and it helps you scroll through the page until you've found what you're looking for. So that's the main way to navigate the content.
Bethany, I wanted to suggest one other sort of modification on the search is to recognize that the search itself is responsive. So let's do that term COLA, C-O-L-A.
Sure.
And you can see with each letter that she types, it starts to narrow the focus. And of course, you know, maybe it means cost of living, or maybe it means the name of a case. So if you want to continue to narrow it, if you press a space bar after that word, now it restricts it to the focus to only things that are the 4-letter word COLA. So it's super responsive, and as you kind of type your way in, you're already narrowing the results as you go.
Exactly. So that just shows how dynamic our search function is and how useful it is. So.
This is a sort of a power user tip, is if you remember a section number and you want to navigate there directly, you can type in that section number, like let's use, I don't know, 5.7, and press enter, and it'll take you straight to that page.
Yeah, so that takes you directly to chapter 5.7. And you can always, you know, go between the different chapters by using this little toolbar right here. You can go back to the main chapter 5 table of contents and then go back to 5.7 or whatever, or you could go in between the subchapters of chapter 5 by hitting the next or the previous button. So again, we've made it as easy as possible to navigate throughout our website and navigate throughout the content until you find what you're looking for. Do you have anything else to say about finding information in Sullivan on Comp, Mike?
No, that's really great.
Yeah. So you can see it's super easy. We made it as easy as possible to find whatever you're looking for right away. The next feature of Sullivan on Comp, besides the main content, is our webinars. So as a corporate user, you have full access to all of these webinars. We've posted every live webinar that we've ever had is put on our website within 24 hours. So you should be getting notifications whenever we have a live webinar coming out saying, hey, you know, we're having this webinar on this day at this time. But you're all busy people, so you might not have time on that day at that specific time. So what I would do if I were you is I would just, you know, wait till the next day until it is on our website, and then you can watch these on your own time. You can stop and go in the middle of all these webinars. You don't have to watch it all at once. We track all of your progress for you so that, you know, you can watch 10 minutes today, 10 minutes tomorrow. But once you've completed them, then you can go ahead and view and print your certificates directly from here to earn your MCLE or CEU credit. So these are all the webinars that I had started at one time, and I can go ahead and resume them at any time. And it will begin playing once I hit the play button, which I can go ahead and do. And then this is actually, I should have started with this, but actually the webinars, this is all a 2.0 version of our webinars. So we've started to roll this out to our subscriber base. Not everybody has access to the 2.0 yet, but yeah, it will be coming to you very soon. So I hope you guys are all excited for all these features. Some of these new features include this live transcript right here. And Michael Bell, you actually know more about the 2.0 version than I do.
Sure.
Because you've been working directly with it. So why don't you go ahead and point out all the features for everyone?
Sure. Well, right. So the audio is not playing because we're doing the webinar right now. But, you know, when you're viewing it, you'll be able to interact with that transcript, and you can select a paragraph and jump ahead or jump backwards. And then if you Bethany, if you can hide the transcript,
Mm-hmm.
the next section, a little bit lower, are topics. We're still working back, unfortunately, working back through the content, but
I can
what we're
show
going to
another
do
one.
with each of those, yeah, maybe do the November 17 case law update has it.
Sure. Yeah, that other one was from a couple of years ago, so we're still working through it. That's why we haven't, rolled this out completely to everyone yet. But that will be completed pretty soon. But I'll go ahead and pull up this November one.
And
Now.
what we've done is we've just created a link to each of the various sort of chapters, as it were, of the webinar. And I think the other key feature that everyone will like, because we get a lot of requests for people to for us to send out the PowerPoint outline so you can have it at your desk while you're watching it. So that's also posted as well.
Yeah, and
And
that's
so
right
this is
here.
an example of a case law update, and each of those links takes you to the part of the webinar where that case is discussed.
Yeah. So if we were to click on, let's see, this Rodriguez versus Garden Plating Co. Oh,
Okay, so
play.
we wanted to keep this presentation today pretty short for everyone because we know how busy everyone is. So let's go on to the next topic, Bethany. What did you want to cover next?
Sure. So also, just one more thing I wanted to say about the webinars. I know we're short on time today, but I did want to show you the certificate. The certificates are right here. So as soon as you've completed any of those webinars, you can go ahead and view your certificate directly from here. And this is what it will look like. Probably your first and last name and how many credits you earned.
Yeah, that's great.
So that's the last thing I wanted to say about the webinars. But those are all right here. So you can watch those on your own time. The case law update. So as all of you know, as professionals in this industry, there are updates being made to the law all the time. So it's very important that you stay up to date on all of these. We actually update Sullivan on Comp every 30 days. We send those updates to your email, letting you know, hey, this is everything that we've changed. We haven't sent out the March one, and that should be coming out in the next couple of days, but we went ahead and posted it onto our website. So you can see that this is everything that we changed just for March already. And it's March 1st. So they're all right here. And if you're reading through this, a lot of people like to use it like a newsletter, just again to stay up to date on all the changes going on. And if you're reading through it and you get to a topic, you say, hey, I want to read more on that topic. If you were to click on these links right here, this takes you directly to the section of Sullivan on Comp that we changed. So that's another way to navigate through the website. The case law updates are very important, and we have people calling us all the time saying, hey, where's my case law update? And you have to tell them, it'll be there in a couple of days. So people get really excited about these. And
hey, something I want to mention about that, Bethany, because I talk to a lot of users who reach out because maybe they're not receiving the emails. Everyone on this webinar today is entitled to receive them. If you are not getting them, sometimes we need to do some troubleshooting. Sometimes they go to spam filters, things like that. So reach out and we can work together and figure that out and make sure that you are getting those.
Yeah, that happens pretty often. So go ahead and let us know and we can fix it, right away. But if you do want to go back at any time and maybe not search through your email, again, they're posted right here on our website. So you can just log on and go directly to case law updates and read through all of those. So that's the updates. Our commentary section, this is the last feature that I wanted to talk to all of you guys about today. This is written by Sherlog, who is our main editor, and he is giving his analysis on different topics of workers' comp, and he is extremely knowledgeable in this area, and these are all topics that are relevant to all of you today, and they're very interesting. So if you wanted to read through all of those, you would just click on Read Full Commentary, and then you can go ahead and see what he has to say about all of that. So that's the last feature. If you ever wanted to go back to the main page or table of contents at any time, you can click Table of Contents or the yellow rhino right here. And if you ever have any technical issues or even content questions, you can use this little search field or this little text box down here and start a new conversation, and Mike and myself and our editor, we all get a notification whenever somebody has asked a question. And we try to get back to you within minutes if it's a technical issue. If it's a content issue that we aren't able to answer right away, then we go ahead and send that over to the experts, who are Michael Sullivan and Log, and they usually send back a very thorough answer within a couple of hours. So yeah, take advantage of this little text field. And that's pretty much it for our website today. I did want to talk about our app. So if you are on the go, or you work remotely, you can have Sullivan on Comp on any device. So we just launched our app. It's in the App Store. Just type in Sullivan on Comp, download that. It's free. You will need to create a password in order to log in from those mobile devices, but that's super easy to do. You just basically create a password, and Mike will go ahead and put a little link in the chat box for this GoToWebinar meeting. Right. That links you over to all those instructions on how to add Sullivan on Comp to your mobile devices. So I have it on my phone, I have it on my iPad. If you have Sullivan on Comp on your computer, it's good to have it on all your other devices if you work out of the office at all.
I put 2 links in the chat interface of the GoToWebinar control panel, which each of you has on your desktop. So if you locate that chat section, the first link is a link to download the app. And the second link has instructions for how to create a password. Each of you has an account that you can access from your workplace, usually without having to log in. But that same account, you can create a password for that account and use it on your mobile device. So it's already included in your corporate subscription, but in order to access it, you'll have to create a password, and that second link gives you the instructions for doing that.
Perfect. Thank you, Mike.
You bet.
So, yeah, we've pretty much gone through everything we wanted to talk about today, but we can go ahead and leave this time open for any questions from any of you.
Yeah, so Bethany and I will stick around maybe for another 10 minutes for questions, and anyone who wants to ask one, go ahead and type it into the GoToWebinar control panel, and you're all welcome to hang out while we field any questions if they come in. In the meantime, Bethany, what are some of the most common questions you get?
Sure. So, pretty often I have people emailing in saying, hey, I know that my company has a subscription to Sullivan on Comp, but I can't seem to find the Rhino icon on my computer. And that's probably just because maybe you got a new computer, or when you were during the onboarding process, maybe the icon wasn't added onto your desktop, or maybe your system did an update and it got rid of the icon somehow. It's not a problem. Just go ahead and talk to your supervisor or your manager and ask them if they know who you should be talking to about getting the icon on your computer. Or you could just go directly to us. You can let me know, because I'm the one who's, Michael Bell and I are both in contact with the different companies and the IT department. So we probably know who you should be talking to about that. So that's a pretty common question, and it's super easy to add the icon, so just let us know. I'm trying to think. What other questions do I usually get?
Do you get other questions about, well, I get a lot of questions about how to get logged in, and so,
yeah.
If you have questions like that, feel free to use that chat icon, or the support email address is right on the homepage of Sullivan on Comp. It's support@sullivanoncomp.com. I'll put that in here too. If it's easier to send an email. But we can always help. I help a lot of users get logged in for the first time, or maybe they haven't used the site for a while and they forgot, and help them get back in. One of the things that we're really excited about this webinar's 2.0 rollout is that we have had some tracking issues, or I should say some issues with the certificates in the webinar's 1.0, which is still the version that some of you have. So if you view a webinar, we track it. We know that you viewed it, but sometimes the certificate doesn't issue. So if you viewed something and you don't see the certificate, shoot me an email at support, and I can verify the viewing and provide that certificate to you, definitely within the same day turnaround. And so I don't know, different people have different reporting deadlines, but I have helped people get all their certificates together so that they can turn them in.
Mhm. Yeah. Trying to think if there's any other questions. I feel like our website is so easy to use that once people do get logged in,
Mm-hmm.
there's not. It's so user friendly. So and it's simplified, and that we did that for a reason. So I don't have too many questions about our actual website.
Yeah, I think the other thing is, I mentioned it earlier about emails, but sometimes, uh, you know, people aren't getting the emails, and it's often because it's going to spam, or maybe
Mhm.
they unsubscribe to something and not realize they were unsubscribing to the whole, the whole flow of all information. And so sometimes I even have to help users resubscribe so that they can receive those emails, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that happens pretty often.
Okay, well, let's see. We haven't received any questions from anyone, although I can see there's quite a few folks on the webinar. We're really grateful that you joined us today, and really excited about the community of Sullivan on Comp users. We get a lot of good information from people about what they want, and we really try to take that feedback and turn that into the features that you're looking for. So feel free to reach out, through any of the different channels, and let us know if there's something you'd like us to do differently or do better, or add to the site.
Yeah,
We're really excited about this product and want to keep growing it in the way that our users want it to grow.
exactly. We really take any feedback to heart, and yeah, we want to make this just the one-stop shop for all workers' comp professionals. Um, so yeah, just let us know if you have any questions or concerns or advice for us. Yeah, but thank you guys for joining us today. I don't know if Mike, if I need to share my screen back with you.
No, I think I wanted to hang out at one more minute in case somebody's been like lovingly crafting a message to us, and just as they're about to press send, we end it, right? So I want to give
Yeah,
another minute or two, but absent any question arriving, we're just about done for today.
yeah.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and wrap up. And thanks everybody so much for joining us. And send us
Yeah,
your thoughts
thank you.
about today's webinar. If there's anything you'd like us to cover in the future, we can certainly do another one.
Thank you, everyone, and have a great day.
Thank you.